Well, welcome back to Dryden Gold's channel, Advancing High-Grade Discoveries. Joining us to kind of give us a high-level overview of the drilling program. And with over 15 years of experience in the mining and exploration sector, we have Maura, the president, joining us. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, Kyle.
It's such a pleasure to have you on. So I'm going to pass this over to you to kind of give us a visualization of exactly what's going on at the ground floor with your drilling on these properties.
So we've decided to focus most of our exploration energy and dollars into our brownfields project. So we call that the Gold Rock Camp. This is kind of in the center of our overall Dryden Gold property. So this area has had historic mining at the turn of the century with a bunch of different scattered mines and all owned by different people. So we really think that that's where we have the opportunity. And Trey mentioned this before, but we've spent time amalgamating all of this property together under one name, Dryden Gold. So what we're looking at here is an opportunity where Manitou Gold had done some drilling in the past. They had that spectacular hit back in 2011. And then from there, they really did quite a bit of follow-up work on what we call the Big Master trend. So you're looking at two geologic maps here. One is of the entire Gold Rock Camp area and kind of our geologic thesis. So we have this shear zone we call the Manitou-Dinorwic deformation zone. It goes northeast to southwest. We think that that is the major important gold-bearing structure in the Dryden Camp. We've compared it to the Porcupine Duster Fault in Timmins, and not just us. At Metal Earth, they've also did a comparison on Dryden Camp with Timmins, using that fault as the comparison. So we like to see that sort of comparison made. And certainly our thesis here is that that is a key structure. And then where these other east-west trending structures come in, that's giving us the areas where you have opportunity for high-grade gold to drop out. And that's what we believe is going on here. So zooming in on the property, that's what you have in the oval there. We've really focused in on two main vein structures. So the Big Master veins and what we call the Elora veins. The highest grade historic mine in the area was on the Elora vein. It's the one that's up at the top, the north mine shaft there. That one had 0.4 ounces per ton as its average grade. So nice grades and certainly an exciting target. So we've done this drill program. Well, we're a little ballsy, as Trey said. We raised money privately back at Beaver Creek. And as we were doing the RTO, Anna and I had decided that it was a good time to get right into it and start this drill program. So as we become public, we already have assays coming in from the program. So the first phase was focused on step out exploration on the Big Master. So those 5 holes to the north, those are the ones we drilled first. Really grassroots. There had been surface sampling there before, a few drill holes on the southern end of it, but really hadn't been touched. So we were able to walk that in the summer, see the vein and outcrop, but it hadn't been drilled. So that was our first phase. Now, second, in December, we came back in and looked at where we knew the high-grade chute was. So we've got a yellow circle on the map there. That's where most of the historic drilling was done by Manitou. And we know where the high grade is, but we needed to do more oriented core. We wanted to be able to understand the controlling features that create that high grade mineralization. So we focused in a few drill holes on there, I think 7 or 8 in that higher grade core. Now, this month in January, we've gone to the other trend, the Elora trend, the one that the high grade historic mine was on. So we decided to test this kind of at the edge of where Teck had drilled in the 80s and St. Joe's. So 80s and 90s was the last real drilling campaign on that vein. We decided to do some holes kind of infilling that, ground truthing what they had seen, and they had seen great consistency. I was very impressed with what we saw there in terms of the grades around 10 grams. And what we've seen in the core so far is very consistent looking mineralization. So, I mean, pretty exciting. We've stepped that on that program, we've stepped out to the south along strike of what we believe where that vein will go. Upcoming programs that we're going to continue with in February will be to follow up anywhere that's really jumped out at us as key or we have any additional questions on. And then we want to do a bigger step out all the way to the south there. That was where the Selby mine was. We were tracing that along strike this summer, out mapping and outcrop. So there's definitely some interesting mineralization there to follow up on. It's a pretty aggressive and pretty exciting program, and we should start to see results coming in the next, I would say, few weeks. We'll start to get them, and I'll interpret, and you'll start to see the fruit of our labor here.
Yeah, lots to look forward to, and I definitely appreciate kind of highlighting these catalysts at play. And I'll pass that off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think, and consider subscribing because when that news hits the wire, of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that note, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.